So, more questions from 352. Let's look at number 35. Again, radicals, we don't really like radicals. We don't really take derivatives of radicals. We take derivatives of powers. So I'm going to rewrite that as e to the x to the 1/2. So the derivative of y with respect to x, dy dx, would be e to the x to the 1/2 chain rule times the derivative of x to the 1/2. And again, if you need to come out to the side and figure out what those are, there's nothing wrong with that. The derivative of x to the 1/2 is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. That's a safe stop, but I got fractions and negative exponents and lots of stuff that we could clean up if we wanted to. And we could rewrite x to the 1/2 as square root of x. So there's probably the calc chat answer, the multiple choice answer, versus the free response answer. So again, just the algebra between those two. What other questions from 352? Say, didn't we do that one together?
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We did 65 together. Do I need to do 63? Let's do 63, and then we'll move on. An implicit differentiation. And I'm kind of spreading it out so that I can do all the math underneath it and try to keep things sort of lined up. So the first term, what's it going to take the derivative of x e to the y? What rule is that going to be? Product rule. F prime is 1. G prime. What's the derivative of e to the y? E to the y is part of the answer, times dy dx. So f g prime would be x e to the y dy dx, plus the other way around would just be e to the y. And we're done with the product rule. Minus, what's the derivative of 10x?
10.
And the derivative of 3y?
3 dy dx.
3 dy dx. Okay, so we had some product rule going on in there, some e to the y stuff. Let's see. Anything with a dy dx is going to stay. Anything without a dy dx is going to go. So 10 minus e to the y on the right. On the left, trying to save work here. Those are gone now. I can factor out dy dx. And that leaves x e to the y plus 3. So 10 minus e to the y over x e to the y plus 3. And I think that's all that 63 asked. Find dy dx. So we found dy dx. I read the directions again because a lot of times, you know this by now, they ask for the slope at a certain point or a tangent line. So make sure you read the directions to give that you're given the correct answer, or the correct form of the answer maybe.